Okay, time for some fun facts to share at your next wine tasting. Domesticated grapevines originated 6,000 years ago in an area around Georgia, the country, not the state. The wine was made in underground clay vessels called kieveri. Wild and cultivated grapevines were derived 20 million years ago from another species, Muscadina rotundifolia, which, believe it or not, is native to the southeastern U.S. If you live in the southeast, you may be familiar with muscadines or scuppernongs that still grow wild and are a tasty treat. Muscadines have a different chromosome number compared to cultivated grapes, but on rare occasions, they can be cross-fertile. This is similar to how horses and donkeys have different chromosome numbers, but can produce sterile mules. No horsing around. Wild grapevines are either male or female, but only the females produce fruit and their yields are low. Grapevines have a defined growing cycle, with one harvest per year in most grape-growing climates. But when wine grapes are grown in the tropics, they can crop twice in a year. One of the oldest known wine presses was discovered in Paiokastro, which is near the eastern tip of the Greek island of Crete. Speaking of Greece, there are some ancient grape varieties that are unique to Greece, and indeed, some are only found on one or two of the Greek islands. For example, the Kosifili grape, which produces a lightly balanced red wine, is only found on the island of Crete. There are about 10,000 grape varieties, but the top 10 make up about half of all wine grape production. Can you name the top 10? Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Tempranillo, Irene, Chardonnay, Syrah, Grenache Noir, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Noir, and Trebbiano Toscano. Several of these grapes are popular because they're often used in blends. And of course, this list is just a snapshot in time, as the popularity of grape varieties fluctuates often. The most popular wine categories are red, white, rosé, orange, sparkling fortified, ice, and dessert. Did you know that it takes 600 to 800 grapes to make a bottle of wine? And that there are around 49 million bubbles in a bottle of champagne. That's a lot of bubbly. Americans consume more wine than any other country, and we're ranked 4th in total wine production. Globally, can you name the top 5 in wine production? France, Italy, Spain, the US, and Chile. How about the top 5 in consumption? It's the US, followed by France, Italy, Germany, and the UK. This is according to the International Organization of Vine and Wine as of 2024. Here in the US, around 85% of wine produced comes from, you guessed it, California. Zinfandel has been grown in California for over 200 years. It was introduced by Europeans. However, the exact origin is unknown, as well as the origin of the name. It wasn't until the 1990s that DNA fingerprinting identified Zinfandel to be genetically identical to the Italian variety Primitive. Here's a question. Where are most wine grapes in California grown? Did you answer Napa or Sonoma? Well, that's incorrect. About 70% of California's wine grapes are produced in the San Joaquin Valley. The remaining 30% is produced in the north, Napa, Sonoma, and Mendocino, along with the central coasts. If California is the top state for wine production, what other states round out the top 5? Washington is second, followed by New York, Pennsylvania, and Oregon. Virginia doesn't rank in the top 5, but it is recognized as the birthplace of American wine. Settlers planted grapevine in Jamestown as early as 1609. Many U.S. presidents enjoyed wine, and several had wine cellars in the White House. The first U.S. president, George Washington, was especially partial to Madeira, a fortified wine from the Portuguese island of Madeira. Okay, I'm parched. In our next episode, we're going to tap into the latest AI technology to learn how to squeeze the most taste out of wine grapes.